I don't know what to say. So this is the task I want to do today. I have my e-commerce website. As you may know, the last time we're here, we talked about payment implementation. I've done payment, and tonight I will try to activate email services. But let me see if I can do these small stuffs. There are some quick fix I need to pull off. One of the things that will be interesting will be doing loading effects. I want to do this loading feature for I want to disable the loading feature on the adding to carts. When you're trying to add item to cart, there's this loading effect that comes up. It's kind of not looking very nice because the user have to wait for the loading stuffs to come up. So let's go about and try. Let's check what we have so that you guys will understand what's going on. Let me change what I have so that this thing can work locally, because right now I need to find a better way to solve this problem of having to test locally and test online. I need to find a permanent solution to that. Let me run my dev mode and let's see this guy running. I've not set up my browser where I'm gonna do my tests. So I'll be doing my tests in another mini browser. Come on. I want to bring that up as a different screen so that we could see that. Let me see if this guy is making it visible for me. Nah, it's not visible. So let me bring up this section. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's nice. It brought it up for me. Good. Nice. So what I wanted to test is I've activated the mailing system, rather the account system, so it doesn't do auto sign in again. We have to sign in every time we want to do anything on the app, which is kind of great. So what I want to do right now is for us to be able to, let's look at the checklist. It's kind of much to do, but for now I'm focused on the quantity. So if I have an item like so, we have to log in actually, because you can't do anything except you are logged on. So if you try to add an item to cart like this, it does this loading effect, which is not bad. Hey, Jesus. Something just went awful right now. I think something is broken, so I need to check what's happening. Yeah, okay. That's this part I was talking about. So I need to run a build so that it sends me, I need to fix this and that's based on the fact that I'm using PHP remote. I don't have PHP installed locally, so this is supposed to be my proxy server. This proxy server goes to my Go backend, so I need to fix that at some point. But for now, anytime I make change to the PHP, I have to send it, I have to make an update. So this needs to be fixed. No, this is not what I want. It should be like this, and this should be like this. Hope I'm working with the latest build. This, let me see. Okay, so I have the latest build. What I will have, I've made some changes before. Okay, that will be reviewed later. Yes, I hope my changes will now be respected and I can add 2 cards in peace. Let's see, it's still not reflecting. It's still giving me origin issue. Has it processed the information I sent? Let me build again. So while that is going on, it's uploading to the remote repo. Oh, how you doing, Akumbi? What's up? How is your day going? So I can go to the cart. This is where I'm most concerned about. Let me try and log in again. So I'm most concerned about the item in the cart. I think this should be working now. This is not good. Our item is still not working. I was looking for how I will fit my V code live. Okay, fix your VS code live. I'm sorry, I can't help you with that now. So we have issue with this, our policy issue. We have issue here. Okay, did I use a wild card? Oh, I think I see what I did there. I use a wild card, so that's why the error, persists. So let me redo that again. I think by now we should have everything fixed, and then you guys will get to see what it is I want to update. So while that is going, I can just jump straight to the component. I can close all these guys, close all the components I'm in particular about is, what's the name again? Component. Did I give it a name specifically? What did I even call the component? But let me see where it's being used, then I will trace the component back. I use it in carts when I'm in the cart page. In the carts page, I get to do things like I have a cart list that allows me to see all the list of the carts, which is fine. Then in the cart list, I can manage individual item by saying having quantity or no quantity. I think I can see it better from page product details. Yeah, detail page of the product. So this is it here. This element, remove cart item and add cart item, and also delete cart item. So this allows me to do quite a lot of stuff. So I'm going to show you this. So let's hope that our code is working now. I think the data has been sent, but now it's saying that access to this guy from the origin disk has been blocked. So I need to see why it has been blocked, because I did mention that it should allow it. Why did I keep sending the wrong thing? So now this is me allowing this local port. So I need to do it that for testing, you should always send this locals to it. Gotcha. Okay. So I push that. While that is going, we can focus on turning this guy. Where's that guy again? So there's an effect I want to put here. I don't want add to cart to kind of create a loading effect. So the client don't want to see that loading effect when I'm loading new item into a cart. Let me check if the site is going now or is still giving me issue. Okay, let's try and log in again. and see if we have a favorable result. So what error are we getting now? We shouldn't be having unauthorized access because now we are logged in. Okay, so we have unauthorized access for some reason. The security guard is, we have the security guard up. So for some reason, the customer is not being recognized as a valid user. So how do we solve this problem? So this problem is a problem of being able to test locally and also to keep deploying. Okay, let me go up to the Golang and settle this matter. That is inside. We use something like that in controller sales, and that is user token value to verify user token. So what I did was to create a dummy account like so, which I have uncommented. Unfortunately, this guy is not bringing me the updated value. Okay, yeah, thought as much. I need to pull the latest request. I'm developing on 2 different systems. I hope I won't mix these things up at some point. Okay. Which server do I have this now? I hope this is the server. I hope this is the server. Yep, is the server. Uh-oh. My Go code compiled, then my apps should be working now. Should be working now. That took some time. So having an item here, the problem, the constraint is the fact that when you are here, you have to click on the loading effects. I need to remove that loading effect. The item should just work without loading. The loading should happen in the background. The clients don't want to see that loading effect there. So we need to update each and every part of this. So let me first do the add. So in the add part, I don't want to report the loading effect. I just want to add it. How will that work? How do we put that there? So this is the button that does the, so that means I will not disable it for any reason. I will just allow them to keep adding to their heart content. So I won't also report the loading event here. That's a lot of feature removing. It took me some time to do this feature, and it's so funny that I'm killing the future. So for that, I will first need to disable this in case I need to bring it back in the future. So this is a condition if this is equal to this, which I'm removing, so therefore it's not necessary. Removing this, removing this. Okay, so that's supposed to be our add button. So if I add now, it should, no, this is JavaScript. So the add should add it before waiting to get the result from the backend. So I don't need to wait for the events to happen before adding it to the quantity on hand. So this is me going to handle the add item. So that will really do a lot of reworking. I will need to rework quite a lot of things. This will actually make me rework a lot of things. So because this loading effects, the client don't want to see this loading effects. Just want it to happen, and there shouldn't be delay. There shouldn't be delay. So what should happen is at the point of this add action, the problem is that we have this bounded to something. It's bound to the live data at the back. I guess for now that delay will happen. For now that delay will happen. This is to delete. So I will need to remove this. To remove item as well, I will need to remove that. Disable this. Make a duplicate of this. Make a duplicate of this. Then remove this and the spinner. I'm trying not to redesign this component at all. I'm trying not to redesign the component at all. But it's looking like I'm going to redesign the components based on what I'm seeing. So let me redesign the component. That way I have total different components and I can then work with. So I have this one working like this. Let me redesign it to be something else. And that brings room for me to create a new component. And what I will call it is under the component section. I will have, what should I call it? Now let me go to component section. I have cat action, so I need another word to call it. Cat update button. Okay, let me call it that. TXS. The impact it has on the components, I'm just creating a new component entirely, so I don't think it has an impact on it. I'm just scaffolding a new one entirely. Yes, I'm self-taught. So I want to start with export default function card update button. Okay, so in fact let AI do it for me. I use AI a lot. You should do too. So let me show you guys the prompts I'm telling it to do for me, that you guys can see. So what I'm about to tell it is that it should create create a button. What should I tell it to do? I think it would be better for me to create myself. How does one get good? It's by practicing. You get good by continually practicing. So create 3 buttons. Add, no, remove, add, remove, add, and delete. Use bootstrap icons for all. You can pick up a project and start practicing now. Do something. Get a project online and start working on it. On add, it will add 1 to X. On remove, it will remove 1 from X, and on delete, it will set X to 0. X should be between add and remove. Okay, so once I've done that, I also want to only when the add or remove has been done, the function should make a request to make a endpoint call. So let's see what it has for me so that I can modify based on that. I don't want it to just start doing everything. So it's going to generate quite a lot of codes. I didn't tell you what I'm trying to do, and that way it just gives me what you think is okay. So it has generated some bunch of code, and I can pick it up from here. I think I'll just pick it up from here and I can start. Thread Python is still struggling, so you need a mentor. You need someone that can coach you and guide you. Please recommend desktop for cybersecurity worker. I'm not a cybersecurity person professional, so I can't really recommend anything on cybersecurity. Okay, so we have icon. Why is he using this method to bring an icon for me? So what I can do is from the bottom up, from the bottom here, I can start. What do I want to do now here? Okay, so this X is my value. So what I want to do right now is to start giving myself a visual representation of what I'm doing. So where I have this one display, I will go and change it. I'll change this one to the new control I just created hypothetically. So but I need to change all these icons. I don't like the way it imported these icons. I'll prefer I do it myself like so. That's bi add plus. I think this should be plus, then this should be dash, then this one should be trash. There should be times. Let me see if this times. So I have that there. I'm gonna remove this. Then I can test it here, and let's see what we have. I'll put both of them side by side so that we can see. This is what was there before. I'm gonna introduce cats update. I thought you were coming up now. Good. What the so okay, we got some things we didn't clear. We didn't close this guy, but that should be it. So you're not satisfied yet? Okay, wanted us to refresh. Now we've done that. So this is what it generated for us. So let's play with this and give it, you know, what the way it should look like. First of all, why is this guy complaining? I think he wants title. So the title should be remove, add, then delete. So I need to know the name of that one that is there. So what's the icon for deleting? That should be X. It calls X. That's X. Oh, there's XLG. So let's go for X. So there's LG. Is there LG to everything? Oh, really? That's interesting. But I like the size of this one more. How did I made it so small? I like that. So I think I must have done something to the button to make it more slim, and I think I implemented small, BT small, and P1. So let me do that as well. So the class was BT and small. Yeah, better. So that wasn't red, that was like secondary also. Let me do outline. Yeah, good. So plus should be outline, and then we have BTN small as well. So we'll repeat the same thing for this one. Then this one should be obviously danger. We don't want people deleting stuff on their cards. Just go and enjoy. Okay, so we have them small like so. The next thing I want to do is this design that has been in my mind, but I think because of that design I'm not gonna make it a button anymore. That design that is in my mind is now gonna not make this like a button anymore. It's gonna make it like a link. Actually, I have a design in my mind. Just hear me out. Hear me out. You're gonna love it. So I'm gonna convert, or before I turn it to what I have in my mind, I want to do something to this guy, and I think I want to do round, but before that I will do border, and is it round, then peel? Yes, good, I like that. So what I want to do to these, but the delete is not supposed to be part of the peel. The delete is supposed to be outside. So I'm gonna put a delete here. Hey, what just happened? Oh, I see. So the delete is going to be outside of it, so that this peel will be like so. However, I still want everything to be, you know, in one long family. So I make them flex with each other. However, even though they are flexing, I want to maintain a specific width with this guy. So this one should be like a fixed stuff. Wait. So we should have, let me now style this one. So there should be a minimum width to this one. Let me see 100. Let me see what 100 looks like. She's not responding, so I'll turn it to a div. However, things will go crazy. Now, because this is a div, this is a div. Okay, let me change it back to span. I'm not getting what I want. So, but before I do that, I need to make this guy a flex. Okay, good. So this needs to be a div then. Then this guy needs to be, I have to put a class, so text center. Okay, me too, I don't understand why people do that. Oh, I have no idea how people do that, but we have to do what they are doing. Actually, that one has, you know, based on what they said, it has better whatever features. It has other features that it adds to it. So this is where I now change this to anchor, like so. Now changing that to anchor does not remove all these things I've added to it. So this is the best time to remove all this one. But this is now going to be, now I'm now turning it to a text. But this needs to be black. Now it will be white, depending on the theme. I'm using a dark theme, that's why it's black. So this one then becomes, I think we'll do the same thing for both. Okay, so I need this guy, I need to see how this guy is faring. Need to see what's happening here. So I need to create a kind of gap. Okay, give us space. So because we're having rounded stuff, I need to turn this one to a peel. Turn this to a peel to match with what's going on. Cool. I like that. Remember that the top part is going away. So because we have something like this, and inside here, let me also create gap 2 and see what I get. Nah, that's not what I'm looking for. So I will manually add the gap. So from my minus, I will do this gap will be p start 2. Okay, then this one is p end. Where is it? Yeah, p end 2 as well. But I think 3 would just be nice because we are zoomed in, so by the time I zoom out, I'll be having some very funny results. So I think I should remove this 100% and use py instead. Is it py now or px? I think it's px. I'll just mix those things up. Okay, so I think it's time to do some alignment, and that's under, is it item align or justify content center? I know it's not this one. I want to align the item. Align content center. So this is a way to know if it's aligned at the center. I have to force something to break. So if everything follow it now, I will know it's at the center. I'm supposed to follow the rest at the center. If the guy is not following me, I'll just leave it all. So it's supposed to be align item center. Actually, align so there's 2 of it. There's align content center, then there's align item center. Let's align content center. So if it didn't respond, I'll just leave both of them and assume that there won't be any instances where they won't look aligned, even though it's not. I think there's a space on top, but I will just ignore that for now. So moving on is, so this is what I'm expecting for it to be happening. You can see that it's kind of responding very fast as opposed to this. So this is not good for responsiveness, even though it's triggering the server. But now it's for me to now add this feature to the server such that it will also work. But I want to make sure that I like the UI first, then I will then make the needful happen. I'm gonna put a control to this later. I think I should make this one outline as I should make this outline. Yeah, makes sense this way. Okay, so now that I have this component this way, what I need to do is, oh, I'm even calling post. So I need to call the endpoint to go and do the needful. Okay, so let's now go. I have have this part that does the, let's start with adding of item. And let me see the endpoint that is responsible for adding of item and how I call it. I want to make use of as many things as possible. I want to avoid writing new codes. So where is the function that went to go and call? This is it here. No, not it. Handle adding of items. So I have action to add new item here. This is the thing, adding new item, which has been imported from here, which in turn, so it's not this guy that is handling it. Is under so it's under here, under the cat itself. The cat has that power to do that. So I'll come here. I'm gonna import all these guys, use cat and the rest. Where's the guy? So I made use of context and use cat. Okay, so first of all, we are starting with add cat. So we're gonna call add cat here, but it requires an item. And the item, what it requires is the item ID or a full item. So it requires a full item to be displayed. Okay, so an item needs to be passed to this as a props. Just like it was passed to this. So item is equal to product, like so. Then we'll create. Should I use the same method that was used here? Okay, let me do it individually. Later I might look at the repercussion of what I'm doing, because in this case it was done outside. It was done outside. I think I should do it outside to make the components fast. So I have the item. I can say the quantity should be equal to. Do I need to know the quantity? No, I can know the quantity from the item that would have been passed inside here, and that can be set. So then this can then be action to perform. I'll say add action. Then I'll say this. Okay, let's go to the backend. Add action and item. So I remove. I don't need this anymore. Item as bring it here. we say add action. So we do want, I don't want to do anything class name. Whoa, I just deleted that. So we don't want this. This should reflect this. So but this has no, it's not any type now. I'm returning something. What do you mean I'm not returning anything? Hey, who is doing delete there? Okay. Okay, so so at this point you are now calling this, but this time you are using the item. So let me see, this is for adding. Let me see if the, okay, so you guys can see what's happening. The 4 updated before the other one, so I want to see if it will update as I do that. So that's working well, but the thing is I want the default quantity should show, but I hope it won't bind it. I don't want to bind this stuff, so I'll come to item. Where's that X guy? Yes, X marks the spot. I don't have the quantity. I don't have the quantity. So the item and the quantity are totally different. So if you come here, I can then do QTY. Quantity is, where is the quantity being adjusted? Okay, that's here. So by default, if I should reload. Everything is gone. Okay, we have a bug somewhere. What just happened? What's your problem? Okay, let's see now if we have something to be happy about. It's still not, it's not giving me what I want. So I don't want to bind this, I want to make a copy. I want to make a copy. So I guess let me see if this will work. I don't want to bind it to it. I just want to make a copy. Why is he updating this table? Ah, that's not what I wanted to do. So where did you go and make a copy? I don't even think that will work. I don't think that will work. Not as much. Okay guys, I think that is the end of tonight's show, and hope you guys had a swell time just as I did. I will be rounding up what I'm doing at the moment now and exiting. Thank you guys for joining. Don't forget to subscribe if you've not yet subscribed. Don't forget to like and share. You can go and check my other posts that I've made on TikTok and also YouTube. So guys, thank you for hanging in there. See you guys next time.